Hello folks, Terry and Infamous Beast back, and we are ready for our second game of the NBA playoffs of Game 3 on 2K Sports. You've already seen this before. The New York Knicks have been shutting it down here for Game 3 in Detroit, and now they have the extension 3-0 in the series that they have already just put in a kill on it, and it's all for Jalen Brunson, that he took everything right away. But right at this moment, this is where it comes to a tie series range between Denver and Los Angeles. These are the only teams that have the tie range for one games between Denver Nuggets with one and Clippers the other hand for game 2. So now, this might be a chance for a lead to see who can take it over from this game. And now, we're about to be sending you down into a dome for the first time to take a look at the NBA court, plus the new arena that's happening here in Inglewood, California. The next one is right on the starter's line, as we have the both teams even strength. And my next commentary cruise I have it across is this time, I welcome in is Me Phone 4, and he's also along with some other commentators as well, with Silver Spoon, and the third commentary of the crew to welcome in to the court, and the only one that makes it in is So True. And our center of the court will be David Aldridge for the sideline for tonight's game. We'll be back soon enough for the post-game show right after this game. Now, let's find out who wins this third game and take the league series change to break the chain for 2-1. Will it be Denver or will it be Los Angeles? Let's hope there is a good one here for that point and get it done. Nuggets, Clippers, next on 2K Sports. Greetings everyone, we are at OK to make it all the way through Los Angeles. The first time to take a look at the new court and the new arena. Hi everybody, I'm MePhone4 and I'm here with my broadcast partner with Silver Spoon and So True. This is Game 3 here at this new arena and into a dome. Since the last part of it was happened here at Crypto.com, it's now the time to see what happens with Game 3 and the breakaway from the series of a 2-1 game. It's going to be a light down out there because the last part of the game, we've seen so many of them before, as David Edelman is the newer head coach for the replacement for the postseason after Mike Malone's finishing season with the team. It's going to be a wild out there, so buckle up, and here we go. It's game time here in Los Angeles. Denver Nuggets wins the tip-off, and we are underway to get started for Game 3. Now Murray's right there in the wing. He will send it over to finding Jokic. Jokic backs it up. A takeover on his back stepping down. He got a good try to put it in for Nikola Jokic. This will be his first bucket in. Now, when I say about the joke there about Jokic, he was really like giving all his chance. The better effort is not always the easy one that he has been doing it for. And for some better reasons that they're doing it on their own, it's not always what everybody does. It's one way to the other. But no other choice would this be a safe. Oh, what a great take for James Harden. He really takes up with a 2-pointer as he starts it off. The bigger drive, that must have been happening with James Harden. The name of it is a beard man. Here's Leonard after the miss by the Denver Nuggets. Here's Harden. Right toward outside, he will try to get some open rooms. The feed to Leonard. Talking for David Aldridge about David Alderman, he was really showing it out here. He's making his finish in, and he's appearing with his NBA head coach for the Denver Nuggets. After a finish from Mike Malone, the season was not always the easy thing, and he just couldn't get all what he did. But as of this moment, David Alderman is now trying to give his all and team a new strategy on this effort. And he's finding out if he can get over it with the big take to do it again. Yeah, I know what happened with Mike Malone. He just always finishes up with the season. And with that point, they don't seem to care about it anymore. They really are expecting now that we're finished. And with that, no NBA officials have no choice but they want to remove. And for the finishing of his lifetime, it's no other parent choice to keep things from going. And of course, Greg Popovich. We noticed that he is already finished for his NBA2 tribute, and at this point, he is finishing right now, and he's 75 years of his coaching experience, and with that, it's all for the finish. We thank you for your service, and to make him with the commission to help the team for the San Antonio Spurs. I always miss him, that point. I would say is that Greg Popovich, we will always be missed out, and he's definitely the longest head coach to be here with the San Antonio Spurs. He enjoys his team. Make it helpful and make a comeback round. Zubac against Jokic. Sets it to Murray. Murray, chance at a drive, and he's fouled. That will be Chris Dunn's first personal foul and a first-team foul for Los Angeles. Jamal Murray hitting the free throw line, shooting 2. Not really when you're starting it off at this point. And because of Jamal Murray on the drive, he has been knocked down. This is a bad idea to start that often late. And nowhere in the world, why would they always choose it? Because that really hurts the same thing that goes with. Free throw coming up here for Jamal Murray as he's at the free throw line shooting 2. I figured that blue arrow might be the only take in. And I'm not sure if this will be the better choice than 1. I'll have to see about that if he can get it all. Free throw good for Jamal Murray. Let's talk about this Vinay. The blue arrow, that's the Canadian player, equals to Kentucky basketball, and he's been able to play for all ever since. Sometimes the blue arrow must have taken in from the Canadian team that he's been doing it for, back from high school, and then he made his way through his next level up in the college career before making his draft. I've really seen what's going in because there is no other in the world. Why would they choose for it? And nothing really precisely runaway. They're really just making it runaway blowout. Now Dunn will send it over to Howell. Howell will send a chance to Leonard. Leonard sets to Zubac over Jokic. That will put it in for Zubac. And he's got his first bucket in. And Leonard with the assist. That could be a good take here for Zubac. That's a first bucket in to give that one a good start. Here's a chance over to Murray. Pass broken up by Harden. And he's got the ball. Harden settles down right toward the court side. And right over to Leonard. Give the pass to Powell. Powell setting a pass over to Zubac. Over Jokic and good. Zubac hits another 2-pointer. He has 4 points. Rolling the other way is Murray finding Jokic. And a drive is no good. Zubac gets his first rebound of the night. And he's right toward the other way. Off to James Harden. For the finish. Oh, what a big step in for James Harden as he puts it in with a second bucket. I didn't see what James Harden was doing it, but I feel he must have been putting in nice twos. This effort is putting in was useless to give that one a first energy drive to put it in. After a drive by Murray with a slam dunk, here's Harden. Harden sets to Powell. Powell looks over to Dunn. Dunn will give it over to Leonard. We passed the 5-minute mark in at first, and this one goes out of bounds. There will be no basket for Zubac. There will be a turnover to the Nuggets ball. Now Christian Braun's right toward the wing. I'll set over to Jokic. Jokic looks to Murray. Murray pass to Jokic for 3. That one misses outside, and Harden with the rebound. Harden now sets it over again to Powell. Powell sets to Harden. Here's a 3. Took a splash on the outside. And it's Harden's first 3-pointer. 7 points. Fear to beer is the name. That's what it says on the sign. I wouldn't say the fear in the beer is just like he really loves to keep it. But most people are saying trim just a little bit. I don't know if he's going to be able to keep it long enough, but that might be like, hey, why do we always keep it? James Harden loves his style. And because most questions out there, there's just our way to give it for James Harden as he really wants it all. Now Christian going, sends it over again to Leonard. Chris Dunn. Move around the back piece. Ow! broken up here by Christian Braun. And here's the fast break. Alley-oop to Gordon. Took it in with a one-time effort as he has that one closing in by 3. Now Harden will take it over. Block the pass to Leonard. Over Gordon. Grabs a rebound for Gordon, and he will now moves it over to Braun. Braun in a hustle inbound. Finds Murray. Murray to her wing. Finds Braun. The screen by Gordon. On the take. Dish over to Jokic. And that will tip it in. That will be the second bucket in for Jokic after Gordon with the assist. Timeout will be the first call on the LA Clippers with 3:05 remaining. There's a bunch of takes in, and they're really trying to give it all what they have. Yes, definitely do. What they don't really seem to be improving is that LA Clippers haven't made their way to the second round. And the last time they definitely did it was all the way to the Western Conference Finals. It was no mistake, but they were really been stepped in. For some reasons, it was not just a thing that you have to do to keep playing for every single digits. I've seen so many times here for LA Clippers that they've really been matched out. How come they would just try to keep things going? Nobody wants to know this. This really has to appeal with their own success. And making to this point, it's not a big deal. Nothing matters. That just really gives it all the point when Jones Jr. and your team has the energy to make that shine. I've really been looking over this the whole entire time until they're finding with nobody in the room, nobody open around, and they really have to keep pacing in with some better pressures. The key's hard, but don't take it seriously if you're doing this. I agree with you there, was so true. But something that does take in if there's never one coming in by. New substitutions are on the court as Derek Jones Jr. is checked in. Also subbing in on the court, on the other side on number 7. We have to start off here for Coffee. And then we have this Ben Simmons on the outside. And Bogdanovich right toward the wing. There's a set to Harden. He'll set it over to Coffee. Coffee up. For first 2 rolls in and out. Westbrook right toward wing. On Harden. Rolls in from in between 101 offense. There's a 3 for Watson. And it's rebounded by Simmons. Simmons will get his first rebound in game number 3 against the Nuggets. Coffee gives to Harden. Off to Bogdanovich. Good take for Bogdanovich. So he'll get his first 2 after Harden. Seemed like Bogdanovich really must have been maintaining his stance. All I can say now is that we're really happy enough to make him his first point out to make that go in. Here's Saric. Up it goes. No good. Now Bogdanovich with his own rebound past the 2-minute mark in the first. And Jones Jr. will carry over to Harden. Harden. Bogdanovich. Sets back to Harden. Here's a take on a drive, and he's fouled. Bucket 1. What a take for Harden. That's Christian Braun with the foul.
Christian Braun. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for LA, James Harden. 1 shot. One shot.
And Harden knocks it in. The Clippers are up by 6. Westbrook dodging in with the throwdown. And it's Westbrook with the assist. Ooh, that was really close on the range afterward. This one was very kind of like fast-paced. No game was ever corroborating it if you're doing it again. Harden will send it over to get out to Bogdanovich. And Bogdanovich right toward the wing. He will settle it back again to Harden. Harden. Here's Bogdanovich for 3. That one's off the rim and rebounded by Najee. Now Westbrook's right toward wing, gives it to Watson. Watson looks to Westbrook. The pass to Broad. Fades. Back stepper. No good. Rebound by Ben Simmons. That'll be his second rebound. Over now to Jones Jr. Brown Westbrook. That's good. That will take in for Derek Jones Jr. for his first bucket in. Under a minute remaining in the first quarter. And now Westbrook will now handle it over. Into the middle around Harden. Get it back for two. And he will get a layup and reverse. Underneath the rim as Westbrook gets a number 2 pointer. Didn't see what goes in, but that seemed to be Westbrook to get right over this at a certain amount of time. They're missing out on Westbrook on every digital amount. There's no way that they really couldn't get over this at the same time. Bogdanovich knocks down a 3-pointer. That'll be his 5 points of the game for the Clippers. Look how standard this happened with Bogdanovich. That's a great 3-pointer. Harden against Westbrook. 10 seconds. Here's a take. Solid D by Ben Simmons. And he's over now with Coffee. Here's a take. Will he get the buzz beater? No. That will end the first quarter. 23-16. I'll start off for LA Clippers in the LA town. We'll get the second quarter ready when we come back. And if you're just tuning in to get started for the second quarter, 1 quarter is down. 3 more quarters left. This is a big mistake here. The Clippers are up on its way, a 23-16 lead. Didn't seem it was going to last a take, but how did that turn out? Well, they've really been comfortable enough, and it looks like the Clippers are definitely doing really well so far. I mean, they're just doing some great attacking motions. Let's hope they can keep it up here for the second quarter. With the starting lane group, Dunn is with Norman Powell. Eubanks is on the court with Kawhi Leonard. And Batum's on the court. Jokic with the rebound now sets it over to Porter Jr. And in the middle, we'll scoop a drive in there for Porter Jr. The start off for the second quarter, it's a 23-18 lead. Chris Dunn setting it over to Batum. And he'll give it over to Dunn. Powell on the outside, and he sets to Dunn. Dunn sets to Eubanks. Eubanks around Jokic. That's good. Drew Eubanks has got his first bucket in. 7:12 remaining, 25-18. That really seemed to be like Drew Eubanks' first bucket in. I don't see any appearances if there was going to be a big change on to lead off the scores in his possession. 3 for Murray. That's good from outside. And they're pulling him down by 4. And have only under 7 minutes in the first half. Now Leonard will set to Powell. Powell rolls to Leonard. Going for it. On a take in with a drive as he couldn't slam it in. He has 4 points. Here's Westbrook against Powell. Alley-oop in the one. Oh, what a take by Gordon as he adds another dunking down. He just puts it in. Nice take. Oh, that really was going to like stab her down. I don't see what they were doing for. They're not really liking this at all. Here's a 3 for Leonard. That's so good. A rebound by Gordon. Now Murray will take it over. Here's a chance to Westbrook, and he will take it in. They're down by 2. Wow, quick pace already. I mean, that's what happens with Russell Westbrook, and they're scoring it in. This is why they don't just play it often, guys. This is how they don't focus in. They just have to, play it harder. Leonard, Powell for the 2. That's another miss here. Murray with the rebound. And it's over right toward the middle. Shot foul. That'll be Nicholas Batum's first personal foul, and their first team foul for Los Angeles. Murray heading to the free throw line, shooting 2. Now this is what definitely how bad it went here to give this one a good start off. And as for Jamal Murray, he's already been stepped. It's not a great pressure when you're doing it for, and you can't just play it like you're up for a next session. Don't take the offensive stride away from you. You just need to keep these things out from tightness if you're doing it from here. Free throw's good for Murray. Now, for Murray, he didn't really feel like he wasn't improving at all, but he did. You know, sometimes the defenders are definitely going to be messing up on you. You don't want to take anything out of the coverage area. And with that, you're going to be left out. Everybody's going to be scoring in, and so you won't be able to, like, move on in entirely. The second free throw from Murray is good. We are tied for 27. Dunn decided to save this timeout with only 5:36 remaining in the first half. When we come back, we will get ready for our next take on their lead-up score of 27-27. Both teams tied when we come back. As we show you the scam cam, as we are showing you around this Intuit Dome for the very first time to check out this new court, the bleachers, and this arena. It is amazing that they have been built and constructed before the next season has started by 2024-25 season. It is the largest capacity every fans around from the globe, and is set to debut here by the next start of the season. It is a turnout to be the blast to show what it looks like. And this is really crazy. Showing us from here for the scoreboard, for the fans, and the court. It is amazing. It's everything going in. And definitely on top of that, the Jumbotron looks pretty cool. Check it out in the range here on the inside and the outside. I never seen anything like this, but this is the biggest change I've ever seen with all the new different changes. I can't wait to see what it looks like. So now let's have a look at Michael Porter Jr. as he has this season. Nuggets and Clippers are tied for 27, looking for a lead here for the team between the Clippers or the Nuggets. Leonard decided to give it back to Powell this time. Powell gives to Leonard. Leonard rolls in. Here's a three for Powell. That's so good again for the for the Clippers. And here's Westbrook on the finish. Oh, Zubac! What a 10 setback! And a takeover, and he will roll it in for Nikola Jokic. There will also be a timeout for the LA Clippers. 5:02 remaining in the first half. Well, sometimes it happens with Zubac. He thought he could have handled it, but he could not get his own take back. This is a big problem with some courtesy as they're doing it for. They couldn't get it off to a great start, but that's what happens. They just didn't like it when they are choosing it for. And that being said, we're coming down to the end of the first half. Coming up will be the halftime show as we have Ernie Johnson along with Kenny Jet Smith and Shaq O'Neal here on the sideline. All the reporters are right towards this line, so don't miss out the first half of the game to show what's on the line. The transition is going to be everything right toward the zone, and you are going to love this one for anybody's game. That will be the first half coming up after this. Now with some new changes here for the Clippers and for the Nuggets. As right now, as there's a couple players, Eubanks is checked out. And checking back in will be Zubac. A standings for this play. It wasn't really easy enough, but they really changed it over to be what they wanted to do. 4 out of 5th seed. It was really hard to be expecting for, but this was an easy answer. Yeah, nothing real. I really mentioned it before. I just really think to say is that no one is trying to give the crowd oftenly a better chance. After a solid D performance by Westbrook, Lewis Murray done on it with a step up. The 2-pointers no good. And done with the rebound, he will send it again to Zubac. Zubac carries over to Leonard. Leonard sets it over to Powell. Powell sets the two. Pass to Leonard. Here's a shot. And a good take by the claw as he ties it up. 6 points in the game. This could be a difficult range here for Kawhi Leonard to claw as he really tries to grab another 2 punch down. Here's another one, and the drive's good for Jamal Murray. And he has 11, and Jokic with the assist. Battle competitions are not always that hard, but it's really like a big dynamite. Powell sets over to Batum. Made a shot. Looks to Dunn. Dunn finds Leonard. Leonard to give over to Powell. And now Batum's right turn outside. Here's a take. Dunn for three. No good. Rebound by Porter Jr. right toward the other way. And it's now finding Jokic. Setting it over on a shot. Oh, shoebox! Sends it out of bounds. Up on top of the backboard, and this will keep Nuggets alive. Oh, wow, not in my house though. That Zubac must have had that rejection out of his hand. What a great blocking. Zubac still currently on the board, and Sarge is checked in for the Nuggets. Here's Jokic. Oh, he slammed it with one bang. 3:20 left remaining, and a 17-6 run by 4:23. They didn't really think that Jokic was able to do for him. And after that block in from Zubac, this was impossible. But they're doing this for most of the game for their status. Norman Powell for three. It's no good again. The rebound by Jokic rolls it the other way. Here's Jokic. Step up with a two, and it's denied by Batum. On his way down. Batum sets to Zubac. And now set and Dunn. Dunn will give it to Kawhi Leonard. Around Jokic, and he's fouled. That will be another foul for Denver, as this will be the first personal foul on Jokic. Kawhi Leonard going to the free throw line, shooting two with only 2:37. But Kawhi Leonard was really like all the playoff effort. I thought that was going to be for his next take to make the free throw. 33-29 is the score with under 3 minutes in the first half of the game. But they're trying to get another two-pointer shots in for the Clippers. That shot makes it in for Kawhi Leonard. Now with some new groups, 3 players are on the court, 3 players off the court, as this will be James Harden, along with Jones Jr. and Coffee. Leonard's got a pretty good use of his automatic energy, and they noticed him from Fresno State. He realizes that it was all for the best. Tournament that he can definitely do is to participate and each amount. I've seen Kawhi Leonard doing for some great takes back with the Spurs and then the Toronto Raptors, and now the LA Clippers are glad to make him feel that he wants to give it all for his next championship. It might be the take, might be all for once. Coffee from outside, he will send it again to Zubac. Looks to Leonard. James Harden for three. Kaboom! Makes the outside to tie it up. He has 13. Well, everybody's been loving on James Harden. That must have been what the take is going. Harden against Curry for three. And he's got it. Number 3-pointer for the 3-pointer on the Denver Nuggets. As James Harden is trying to battle it back. Harden wants to do it again. Oh, yes. He does it again. 16 points for Harden. The back-to-back takes for James Harden. He was really like settling in. And listen to the crowd for James Harden. He's been like putting up an eruption here in this place. I was not seeing things like this could be Clippers the quick web plan. And that idea must have been a hard domination. Kick again. You really would have to believe it on that for James Harden if he makes a 3-pointer? How was he ever good enough? If you're really saying that he's going to make the 3, I think nobody's going to ever adopt that. Won't you think about this right here, Silver Spoon? I would say so. I don't know if this will be all for anybody that can change their lives. I promise that they would do. They've really been like all over everywhere. Didn't do anything about that. This will be a take game if they get all into it. Eyes on prize. That cruise is over. Los Angeles is the better town to be at. Not in a day where they always seem to be like, it's just a hard take and you won't ever stick to the plan. On my days, it's worried what they all suspect now. Flip out, make a left out. Wow, that makes a good use of it. Indeed so. Little move substitutions on the board for the Denver Nuggets. Now he's checked back in for Nikola Jokic. Now as Najee's right toward wing. Opposite side sets to Watson. Murray's toward wing. James Harden on the cutter. Watson on a take. The three for Sarich. That's missed again. Simmons with the rebound. He's got his fourth rebound of the night, and he's trying to give to Kawhi Leonard a chance. A send over now playing to Jones Jr. Jones Jr. in trouble. James Harden sets to Leonard. Leonard around Sarich. That drive is not hard, and looks like he's been trying to get up, but he's hurt. I don't know if he's going to keep on moving anyway, but I feel like he might be already stumbled up. I think Leonard, he's just got to watch out for his injury. If he gets hurt, I mean, that's it. It's over. Harden will set back to Leonard. 40 seconds left, finding Simmons. And he will decide to let it go here for the first half. As Simmons will shoot, and he scores. Simmons gets his first bucket in to finish off the first half of the game. Murray against Harden. Here's the setup. A three outside for Sarich to score. They are now tied up for 38. 20 seconds left in the first half. James Harden will settle along the court. He'll set to Leonard. They give the bounce pass to James Harden. Oh, it's denied by Murray. And the leadoff might be changing. Oh, there they come now. I don't know if this will happen. Up with the shot. It's still good. That will end the first half. Both teams 38. It is a tight game to be an exact change. And we will take a break when we come back after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back from the first half. Been a dandy so far. A dandy. You like that word, Kenny?
You know
it's
what?
a dandy.
My third grade teacher used to say that all the time.
That you're a dandy.
So this is a dandy of a class.
It is. And this is a dandy of a show. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, Shaquille O'Neal.
So what's a dandy line? Well, basically that's what the class was.
A really cool line.
Got it.
James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 16 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. And last game, he could never really get going. Maybe that lit a fire under him tonight. What you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Clippers?
They need to play with better energy on D. Some of these guys are going. Anyway, they've allowed over 50% shooting. Gave up way too many open looks. I'm sure they hear that in the locker room. Maybe they'll come out here.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Denver?
Most of the damage they're doing is they've made a concerted effort to work the ball inside, create high percentage hits. And that could open up the perimeter for them in the second half, with the D worried about the post.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
You've been watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Welcome back to LA into a dome as we're getting ready for the third quarter. About to have a look at the status here for James Harden. The beard man has been closing in from the first half. Yeah, I say now for James Harden, he was really one of a big man skier. Legendary never improves to be anybody's game, but as of now, he will do this thing again. Indeed so. Let's hear the beard man. We are starting off here with the third quarter as the Denver Nuggets have their lines group. Christian Braun is with Jamal Murray. Ben Jokic right towards center. Michael Porter Jr. in small forward position. And Aaron Gordon from point forward. But they're missed by LA. Here's Murray. Murray sets it over. The alley-oop to Gordon this time. It is not going to go in as it's rebounded by Zubac. Zubac got his fourth rebound of the night, and he will send it back over to Harden. Here's Harden. The finishing drive. Cutting digit to number 2. Harden's got 18. I think he's really getting all over this that time. That really makes sense for James Harden to score for bigger points. Porter Jr., nobody around. He got a 3. And they are now up by 1. A 41-40 game. It is not really easy enough that they're choosing it for. Dunn will take a swing to Zubac. Zubac looking it over, and it's stolen by Murray. Murray on the fast break. Here he goes. Slams down right toward in their zone as he hears another throwdown for Denver Nuggets. Not my time has been watched already. Jamal Murray seemed to be like he's having a little difficulty with his timing. Now Dunn's right toward Wayne as he will swing it over to Powell. Powell in toward the motion, and he's got another two. Nova Powell's got his first two in a bucket pointer as he went quiet in the first half. He got his second points. Murray just over to Porter Jr. Double man. Murray, Gordon. Gordon swings to Porter Jr. for three. And that's another miss here for Denver. Powell right toward the wing. He'll send it over to Harden. Harden is standing down, finds Dunn. Dunn gives a swing to Harden. Bounce passes to Powell. Powell trying to look over to Zubac on the shot. Over Jokic, and he counts it. What a make for Zubac. He has his third bucket, third field goal in the range, and he is putting enough great energy to make it in. And a new substitution is coming onto the court for the Clippers and for the Nuggets. Russell Westbrook is checked in for Murray. And the other way for the Clippers is now coming in is Drew Eubanks. Zubac at the line, shooting one. He didn't really say that. I mean, I thought Dimitrios Zubac was going to make it that far, and he just did. How can you just make him over and then you got a pointer to keep it on to? Zubac is getting really well at it. You see what happens with this new phone? It doesn't make when Zubac makes a shot, but all you do, you just got to keep on playing it like you did for him. There was no other way that he was really putting the pressure in. The press is crazy enough. Indeed so. Porter Jr. up, and it's rebounded by Zubac. Zubac got his fifth rebound of the night, and he will send it over to Harden. Harden changes over. The pass to Eubanks. Eubanks dished over to Dunn. Dunn pass over to Eubanks. Here's a set. Eubanks up. They'll get rebounding in by Gordon. Denver Nuggets adding another 45.7 range of the total shots. Westbrook for three. It's good. And they're back the other way as he has a three-pointer down. It's dropping marks though, folks. There's just no time questions to consume for Russell Westbrook. Without the Clippers, it's not the easy take when you do for one reason. Eubanks trying to look over. We'll give it over to Dunn. Here's the cut. Around Gordon. Great drive, but it was Gordon with a nice defensive effort. And a reaching foul will be on James Harden. That will be his first foul and the first team foul. Dunn is shut down as Coffey's checked back in for the Clippers. Bogdanovich is checked in, excuse me. Porter Jr. on the outside, bounce pass to Westbrook. Westbrook looking to get a Jokic, tries a three, and he couldn't bury it from outside. Zubac with his sixth rebound. And he's over now to Bogdanovich. Ball's loose, holds on, back to Harden. Harden tricking it over right from the corner. Talking to David Aldridge saying that Tyronn Lue was not the easy win that they're making him through. The only change that we have to do is do all the take when they did. It's just not an easy pro step, but we have to keep it digit at the right timing to do for it. It doesn't happen with Tyronn Lue. He really showed a lot of a huge strength. I don't see any problem with that. But all you know for, it really must have maintained its next pressure along the way. You can feel what they did. There's no fouling on this amazing percentage. This is what happens with Tyronn Lue. Gives a quick fouls. This is not always an easy take if you're doing it for real. I don't see what the problems just turn out, but let's watch out for that case if there's anything that's going to change out. We really are sure enough that there's really can't make anybody feel like we were mistaken. All for that, it's how tightness comes in. This can't happen with most league teams. Coming back on the court for the Clippers Cavs and for the Nuggets. Here's the status now as we got the Denver Nuggets on a fast break points. 20.1 as they are in first place of the season. It seems so. It wasn't really all, but they were mentioning it. And you see what that happens with the fast break points. This gives a good effort. Gotta take what it takes now to have it in. And we do have an update here as for David Aldridge talking from Kawhi Leonard. And he has sprained his knee. And he's good to finish the first half, but unfortunately, he is out and will not be playing for the second half for this game. Yeah, it's kind of like a very sad part of the day, and we notice that whatever happens with this, it doesn't really change it completely. We, of course, miss it really much. And then looks like we'll have to play it without Kawhi Leonard. Bogdanovich, what a cutting drive! He's got 7 points in this game. On the court, helping the team. Into the press off. I see Bogdanovich is getting that numbers too. Braun outside. Braun, step for 3, and that's good. Another 3-pointer for the Nuggets. Christian Braun adds another one, and they are flipping in big. Harden, stand a chance, now finds Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich looks to Drew to Zubac. Tries to give it over to Eubanks. Eubanks, Harden, for a step back, going up for 3. That's no good. That's rebounded by Porter Jr. Westbrook on a pass, no pitch. Eubanks on him, a pass over to Westbrook. Westbrook from corner, on a big range to Jokic. On a chance, oh, it's blocked by Eubanks. He's got a first block or rejection of the game. And here's another chance opportunity back to Zubac to Eubanks. And the Eubanks drive won't go in. Westbrook right over it again to Braun and Jokic. Oh, look out below. That's a big take on a slam dunk. And now the timeout will be given by Los Angeles Clippers. Oh, this is what Mile High has been doing it for. I thought they were really just stepping it in for some big takes. Don't forget, folks, we have our next game coming up at 7 p.m. The next game, as we have, is the Magic, and they are at home at Kia Center. They'll be playing against the number 2 seed, the Boston Celtics. It's one of our defending champions from the NBA 2k24 for the last postseason of the winning champions of the night. It's one of our big takes here, and the MVP star, Jaylen Brown, was one of our big support for the 2023-24 champion in the league, and they have clutched their season as they made it all the way to the end, a number 1 seed to clutch into the playoffs and the Eastern Conference title by last season. Well, it does say now. I mean, hey, the Lucky's going to bring in with some all takes in. Does it really stand out for Clover? Well, I guess these streets really got to be having fun out there. Let's hope that they win for a good reason. And they might be playing back-to-back. I don't know if they're going to play back-to-back. I mean, this is the problem with them. It looks like one of their teams are going to have to, reach it on over. I would love to see a back-to-back, but I don't think it's not going to be possible for them if they're going to score. We'll see what happens if they find it out. Michael Porter Jr. and Jokic are checked out. As checking back in will be Sarge and Watson. Clippers making new changes here. 4 players checked out, 4 players checked in. And with that, Kawhi Leonard is back on the court. He'll have to watch out if anything's sprained. And a take. Oh, nice take for Coffee as he makes it passing a 2-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. Looks like Kawhi Leonard's doing really well, and it's stolen by Leonard. Here they come, on their way. Send over to Ben Simmons, and it's tipped off out of the way, and it's rebounded by Westbrook. Here's a take. Fades. Watson for 2. That's good. Another draining 3 for the Nuggets. A 14-6 run for the last 5:46. They really have been dominating patiently. There's no step-by-step if they're doing this. Kawhi Leonard taking some time. We'll try to look over to Coffee. Coffee looks to Kawhi Leonard. From the claw drive. Couldn't get it back in. Rebounded by Bogdanovich. Here's a 3 for Harden. That's good. He rolls it from outside, and he has 21. Oh, it looks like Kawhi Leonard is supplying on James Harden. He's keeping the beat alive. Westbrook rolls down to a 50-second remaining in the third. Watson on Harden. Here's Braun in the middle. Rolls in and out, and a rebound puts in by Watson. He pulls it up with a reverse dunk on his hand, and he couldn't get it all down him, but he did. Kawhi Leonard from outside, setting a screen for Ben Simmons. Hit to Harden. Up for the top. That's good. Another 2-pointer for James Harden. And it's another point Bucks can score. He has 23. Gordon. Watching here. Gordon against Coffee. Watching the time go down. 10 seconds to shoot. Harden on Gordon. Trying to make it in. The driving scoop. And it's Harden. Will he get it through? No, that will be out. And off the rim. Close game. 59-56. Fourth quarter is coming underway when we come back after the break. You're watching the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. This is how it's happened. Light go down, we go down. And let's have a moment to take a reveal of the State Farm system again. Sometimes it just makes it easy enough. And one of our best plays in goes for the Nuggets. And you see Christian Braun's making a good alley-oop pass. This is what happens to Gordon, and he makes him for an alley on a slam down. I see what happens. This gives him a good change up, and he's really been like pushing it from here. We come down to the final quarter in Los Angeles. A close game between the Nuggets and the Clippers. The battle of the 4th versus 5th seed. And with us finishing group, we have is done. He's along with Norman Powell, Kawhi Leonard from point power forward, with Derek Jones Jr. and Zubac in center. He'll now find Leonard. Leonard takes his chance, now finds Norman Powell. Fades a shot, goes back to Kawhi Leonard. Fade again, rolls up Jones Jr. For the step back three. Rebound by Zubac. He'll try again. And it's still no good. Zubac will take over this. They make a close game, and it's now 11 points for Zubac. Back to a 1-point possession game. Najee, quarter for nobody around. He got it. Number 3-pointer, putting in right toward its wing. There is no stopping to this game. Now Dunn will give it to Kawhi Leonard. Helping Zubac out with the finish. Over to Zubac. Great chance, but it's not quite in there as this points up for Najee with the rebound. And a foul will be on the Clippers. First on to second, and their first team foul. Jokic is checked back in for Najee as Watson checks back off the court. And we have a little bit of a change on slot. This is definitely a harder game to impress. Now here's Murray. Westbrook with the swing. Sets to Porter Jr. And he's got it again. Another 2-pointer for Porter Jr. Now Leonard will send it over to Dunn. Off to Zubac. The give and go to Leonard. Falls to Jones Jr. Oh, I love the take. That's Jones Jr. with his second. And Leonard with the assist. I felt like this would be coming in here for Kawhi Leonard, but it seemed like it was much perfect in that. Murray, nobody around. That's good. They are pulling it away. And as for Leonard, he is adding another 3-pointer. And here's the take. Norman Powell gives it over to Zubac. In toward middle. Oh, he slammed it. Right toward middle. And he said, no steal. I got it from here. It's not a escape to this point. Jokic, sorry. That's going to be over right on your head of the line. Jokic against Zubac. And there will be a 3-second and an offensive foul will be on Murray. Now only 5:40 remaining in the fourth. Now some new changes here. Coming back is on Aaron Gordon. subbing in for Najee. Back to the 4-point starters. As right now they're still looking for a point possession game for Zubac and the team to get a close game. Dunn sets to Powell. Leonard will try the 3. That rolls in and out. Murray adding another rebound in here and now finding Westbrook. And here's the take. Porter Jr. That's good. He rolls it in. Up by 7. And Westbrook with the assist. Now Powell will send it again to Leonard. Leonard. And stolen by Gordon. 5 minutes left remaining in the 4th. Watching it. Now rebound is up by Zubac. And that will be Jokic with another miss. Leonard. Done. Inbill. We'll take it here. First time has another 2-pointer in this game. And it's now under 5 minutes left to remain in the 4th quarter. Here's Jokic. Settling down. Westbrook up and he's got it. What a take here by Jokic. He gets another 2-pointer on a set. Just didn't start off on the great shove. This is what happens here, really messing it up to get it in. Foul up and he's fouled. That will be the foul on the Nuggets. As Russell Westbrook adding another personal foul and a team foul is on the Denver. 4:14 left in the 4th. As now Norman Powell's at the free throw line shooting 2. It just doesn't really happen with anything. He just really gets paid off over anybody else's game. Not just one, but any. Powell sets it in for free throw. And James Harden is back on court. He'll sub in for Kawhi Leonard. It's been a great game for him, but he tried everything, but he couldn't get a job done with his sprained ankle as he's still back on court and then goes off court. What a great run-up for his game. Yeah, it's been a better night. I mean, I've always ever seen what he does, but it makes it good to make a comeback in the season, but unfortunately he couldn't get another 2 pointers in there. But it's all happens. Murray sets to Jokic. Jokic in the middle, and it'll be a violation on defensive foul on a 3-second violation on Zubac. This is not good when they're doing it for. The Clippers are getting a little bit warmed up already, and they're not pushing it pressure in. This is what happens that time that nobody's getting out of the paint. Murray will head to the free throw line shooting 1 on a technical free throw after Zubac with the 3-second violation. And he makes a free throw to drop in. You know, it's not a great idea when you're just stepping in. You gotta move out of the zone. You can't stay in that long. Zubac is trying to watch on him and then get right into the side of a white line. That's okay. But if you get out of the blue paint, you gotta get out. Because that time, they're gonna put a 3-second and you're gonna be slammed up. On a drive, Gordon. And a foul's on Zubac. That will be on another foul for the LA Clippers. A second team foul for LAC. And now as Jokic will be sending to the free throw line, shooting 2. The Joker is getting it done. Right straight from head. It's just how bad that must have been there. And you know, Jokic just really like giving anything. What he does for, it doesn't make it a lot harder than they expected. Free throw's good for Jokic. This really is going to make someone hurt, and we really are going to be all bumped out. This is not what anybody does. Win for the borough, not up. Win for Mile High, it doesn't seem to me to be a chance here. I don't see anything if it's going to be a harder way to get through it. Zubac will send it to Norman Powell, and he'll send it again to James Harden. Harden. A bounce pass to Jared Jones Jr. A give over to Dunn. Dunn. Time running out. And over. Harden for 3. That's good. Another take in. It is 26 points for James Harden. Westbrook. Against Dunn. The screen by Jokic. He'll drop it. No, he won't. Zubac sets it over. Now playing again to Norman Powell. And James Harden. Give over to Zubac. He'll now reset it again to Harden. Harden sits to Jones Jr. The give over to James Harden. Here's Norman Powell with the cut in motion on the drive-in boundary. What a solid D by Russell Westbrook. And here's Murray. Set to Jokic. That's good. Another 2-pointer given here for the Joker to silence the crowd in LA. Timeout given by LAC with 2:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Well, it does never make it anything. Possible enough, the strength it goes, we really are bumped up. Just didn't really think it was going to happen that long. And now for the moment, for the New Balance player of the game. Tonight's game of the night goes to Jamal Murray. The blue arrow must have been taken in for every step along the way. What I notice about what he does, it definitely does give every plenty of shots. It's just what happens that he does the blue arrow dynamic, the Canadian player that does have it all. And he's expected to grow in for every postseason, you're leading your team on their way. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter as James Harden has it all. Harden trying to get over it. Reporter for David Aldridge talking in with his new head coach, David Holman. He really has shown it off. We played really hustler here, guys. This is nowhere that we need to be near it. But we really need to show all we've got with no stoppage. This is our game, folks. And whenever you do, don't quit. This is a strength that we need to do for it. Every playoff is what we need. Don't make anyone appear to be here for it. It's done after the three-pointer by Aaron Gordon. Jones Jr. misses another three. Down to 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Murray for three. Yale grab it back. James Harden will set it over. And Jones Jr. up. Goes in. There gets another 2-pointer for Jones Jr. He had 6. Well, they wanted to light out the game here. I think the Nuggets are definitely going to go rushing in. Alley-oop, he does it again. Over to Aaron Gordon this time. 12 points over 7. There is no quitting here for LAC, but the Nuggets seem to be like we are once a silent crowd to leave the game in for tonight. Game 3 is just impossible that they do for real. Zubac in, we'll take one hand dunk down. 15 points in a game. They're down by 5. Murray in trouble, trying to get right into it. Passes over. Jokic with the shot. Good tee by Zubac. And as Harden right turning away. Zubac outside. 8 this time. Harden for 3. Oh yeah! They're down by 2. 58 seconds. Murray. Bounce passes to Jokic. Watching in. Here's a drop, and he doesn't. He takes another spill on the 2 on a defensive breakdown, and he's having a hard time to get back in there. Dunn gives over to Powell. A set over to Harden. Here's a 3 for Dunn. Rebounded by Zubac. Takes the Powell. Rolls it in. Oh! He just took a slam. Under 30 seconds. Well, we really are stepping in now. This is what they do. They just gotta need to find a way to get through it. 15 seconds. Zubac taking his time. Here's Jokic. The 3 for the wide open look. Yes! Timeout given by the Nuggets as the Clippers are out of timeouts. Well, this is what they did. I mean, nobody was given open look. He really had shown it coming. And he didn't really think he was able to stop it in. Wow. An unbelievable moment. Zubac is running out of stamina. It looks like he will have to just play it in as during this moment. He will have to get out the court and replace by 2 fullbacks. Well, it would really have to be saying the Mavericks then now. I mean, it looks like the Denver Nuggets have been a higher team this time. I didn't think there was going to be any problems with this. All they know for me just kept on from coming back. My goodness, I had never seen anyone that does this like so far. Now, what do you think of how the Mile team done for anything there, folks? Well, Mile Time team has been definitely a good team. I mean, I was not really sure what they were going to be doing it for. And for some other reason, it just happens to be any plays that they did. Let's hope that the Clippers get right into a close game. As Eubanks has checked in, here's Tom Powell with the chance. The three. Setting a rebound, and that will do. Nuggets shut down the Clippers, 84-80. This has been a shocking this time, and it's now a 2-1 lead series over LA. We go down to courtside as we have David Aldridge standing by for our player of the game. David?
Thank you, Nicola. What are you able to do that allows you to impact the game so dramatically?
I don't know what is happening, but I'm playing good. The team is playing good. We're kind of clicking and we're playing better and better. Hopefully, we're going to continue to play like that.
It is really flowing right now, man. Congrats on another win. Back to you.
All right, there, folks. Thank you so much. And that's all we have. Thank you so much for watching. And along with my crew, Silver Spoon and Zone Troop and David Aldridge, I'm me, Phone 4. This is a presentation of the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. See you, folks, and have a good night. So long in Los Angeles. All right, thank you very much. The Clippers couldn't win this back, as this one leads to another brutal mark, as they already been lost out in Game 3. We know that Harden lights out in Game 2, but Game 3 must have been Porter Jr. to say goodnight to LA Clippers. And this was nowhere that they changed it over to. Yeah, they did. For some of the reasons, I wasn't really seeing anything like this, but it doesn't really make anyone to finish off that game. Sometimes the reason matters, it doesn't really pay it off what you need for. And now let's have a look with this whole statistics of the game, as we have one of our big takes. One foul to give, and it's only just team fouls for 5. 54% for the field goals for Denver, with 53% for the three-pointers, and 88% free throws for Los Angeles, 14 fast break points with 44 and 8 for Denver Nuggets in the paint, and second chance points. 19 bench points with 29 assists, Los Angeles. 7 defensive rebounds for Denver, and both teams have 23 defensive rebounds. 4 steals for Denver, 4 blocks on Los Angeles, 4 turnovers for Denver Nuggets. 10 dunks remain for Denver Mile High. Then 7 biggest lead for Los Angeles. And 18-17 was their time possession for Los Angeles Clippers. Wow. I can't believe it that you didn't really think he was able to try to give it all when he can. Well, I say so now. I mean, they don't really achieve it, they don't win at all. Alright, I have it over to you there, Infamous Beast. Let's have your takes here for 3-star players of the game. Alright, thank you very much. Now for the 3-star players of the game, as I started over with this team, as you may have just already covered it. Nikola Jokic was our biggest of the take. 17 points with 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 8 out of 15 field goals. And he only got just done 3 dunks with 34 performance effort. It doesn't really take in. Whatever you do for, you just got to stay in contact put, and you done. The Joker lights that game out. Now, sending it over to number 2, as I have it the other way. Well, for the Clippers, only one. James Harden with 29 points with 1 rebound, 5 assists, 2 steals, 11 out of 14 field goals, 6 out of 8 three-pointers, 40 performance effort. He's doing really well. The point guard position doesn't really mean that he just kept on from scoring. There's no other change-up that he does done for. I really have seen things going in, and the big timing has lead it off to a mark. And your number 1 star player of the game, it goes to the Blue Arrow. That's right, the Blue Arrow. Jamal Murray, 20 points with 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block, 1 steal, 6 out of 10 field goals, 3 three-pointers, 33 performance effort, and he only had 22 dunks to make. I just didn't believe that he was really giving all. And this is what happens. We go home happy, about the Clippers, as they're already sad enough to get this game finished. Well, I hope you all enjoyed for this part of the game of the afternoon matchups between the Knicks and the Pistons, and the Nuggets versus the Clippers. Coming up later tonight will be the Knicks team as the second versus the 7th seed as the underway team. We have the Celtics facing against the Magic, and later will be the Warriors facing against the Rockets at Chase Center. You're about to be witnessing from Stephen Curry starting at 10 p.m. on the other side in San Francisco. Well, we're going to be wrapping it up now, and we'll see you all later for tonight's game pretty soon. This is Terry Crews, and along with me and Infamous Beast, see you all later, everybody, for a while as the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports Style. So long in Los Angeles. Good night, everybody.
If you don't, somebody will.